Hey people, what's going on? Welcome to Real Tough Talk. Tough Talk.
How is that even possible?
Tough Talk.
Whoa!
Stephen J. partner goes,
Show some respect. You did not answer the question.
he's a bad man.
Bad man.
He's a bad. He finally said it.
The slipper's gone. The dress has holes in it. The cart turned into a pumpkin again. So what else you gonna do?
I guess this team couldn't cover a twin mattress with a king size sheet.
Lights out season.
Lights out for you. Let's get as quick into the game as possible because I am not staying in this wig longer than I have to.
I want to party. Play it out, bro. While you talking this guy.
All right, people. What is going on? Yes, we are back. We are here. We are in the building, Real Tough Talk. I want to thank you guys for joining us in this special edition as we cover the BQFL Championship. I'm Stephen J. with my partner Ghost, my other partner Lou the Shooter, and we're here to bring the BQFL Championship, TFL Elites versus the Little Rascals. Should be a goodie.
Hold on, I have one comment, Mr. Stephen J. Did you you want Gucci to say something about you? You said yes. Come on, bro. What are you doing? What are we doing?
Little bit. Listen, it's funny as all love. Gucci has went back and forth with me online. I'm kind of frustrated about some things that I said. I'll leave that as we go live, and I'll break that down a little bit. But it's all in love and all in fun. So, what's your thoughts of these two teams about to face each other? Lou, started with you with the TFL Elites. Ghost, you with the Little Rascals. Start with you, Lou.
You mean the TFL Ringers? Is that what we're talking about?
Pretty much.
I think with that title that I gave, that should be enough. They're a loaded team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know the only two games they may have lost was to RFO, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they got a squad. The funny thing is seeing Henry at quarterback, because that dude is a heck of a talented individual. That you can't take away from him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was made in a lab. I don't know if his mother had superpower breast milk, or I don't know what it was. But that dude is an athlete and a half that can do it all.
And just to respond to that before Ghost goes, and the difference between now is Henry's no longer getting kicked out of games. People
Right.
knew in the beginning of his career, had kind of an attitude streak, chip on his shoulder. And the only thing that would stop Henry was Henry because of, his attitude. But now that he's changed it and he's not baited as much, he still gets his talk in the game, but he's a controlled player now. That makes him more dangerous because Henry's not going to get himself ejected from games anymore. Right. So now you get to see the full talent, and TFL world isn't robbed from watching this superstar player. So that's the amazing part, how we kind of changed his career, and now that he's able to stay on the field, he's showing how talented he truly is. Ghost, yours with Little Rascals.
It's funny how Lou broke down, the TFL Elites and how loaded of a team they are. But that says something when the team that you're playing against is a team that's loaded, that they need to load up to beat you. And that is the Little Rascals. There's a very young team, a lot of veterans that you may recognize from prime time, and a lot of these core guys have been playing in a lot of championships in other leagues. So they have been in the spotlight. They have been playing the big games all over the city as of late. And they're showing how talented they really are for young guys that are just just coming up. And they are on a top stage right now in this championship. It's amazing when you have a young team like this able to play at a high level like that.
And I'll comment on that. A lot of people it's been said about the Little Rascals that they're the Conver mob of the B division or the lower division. You know what I'm saying? They consistently not only win, they always make appearances. And that's because they have a homegrown team. They don't add 100 different players. They don't look for superstars. They don't do that. And they're also coming off of winning the Untouchable leagues. But they played 2 games already. They had to play the Final Four. They paid the chip, and then they had to travel. Yeah. And listen, at the end of the day, We're not going to give them any team excuses because as long as you suit up to play, that's the game. But we're also going to give this team credit that they were able to do that, to go to this league, be undefeated, and win. The question is, for you, Lou, before we break the game down, it's said that the Little Rascals aren't really prime time. Prime time is different. Tiki still helps coaching, but for Tiki, I don't think Tiki's fully 100% in charge of Little Rascals. So sometimes he has to change his coaching strategies or his coaching technique because this is not fully his team. What is your thoughts of that?
Well, it's funny that you say that because as many points as they gave up, it looks like Tiki was coaching. Sorry, Tiki. But yeah, when you co-coaching or you got to take a step back, you don't have as much of an impact in what you may see. I don't know who the coach is, but he has a lot of his guys there on that team. So it would be interesting to see how much who do they pay who do they listen to when assignments are being given.
Right. Last thing before we start, we're going to go into the game right now. Enrique being injured is huge in this game. He is Little Rascal / Primetime's muscle. You get what I'm saying? He's the guy who's their enforcer. I think every team needs an enforcer. And he can sit down and be loud on the sideline, but it's not like being in the game. And I think they miss him because this team, to me, this game was a little bully. You know what I'm saying? As far as the talking, as long as the confidence, it not only had to do with the fact that they played 2 games, it had the fact that it seemed like Brooklyn, it turned into TFL Elite Field. It seems like Little Rascal lost the home field advantage this game. So we'll talk more about that as we break the game down, but we'll get right into the game. We'll jump right into the ball with the TFL Elites getting the ball first. On first down, Henry's going to throw to West, who beats Meek at safety. The ball is caught in the end zone for the touchdown. Grunt gets the extra point, 7-0 TFL Elites. Now this play is crazy. If you look at this play, West is going to go from in the slot. This was a design play. As West is running down the field, Meek picks him up. If you see Leak on the other side, he's way over on the left-hand side of the screen. So he cannot pick him up if he can only pick him up if he slants completely to his area. But the way West runs the route, it looks like he's going to slant that way, but he ends up getting farther behind to Meek. I don't think Meek expected this bomb to be thrown. So West is able to get behind him. Henry with the great throw downfield in the end zone for the touchdown. That's 6 points. Tell me about it, Lou.
And the thing is, you would expect Henry to throw the bomb. You know what I'm saying? And that touchdown there is a statement. That's what they're making. First play of the game, you're throwing the daggone bomb. And yeah, Meek got caught off guard. Because the way, like you said, the way he ran that, he was behind him. By the time he made his cut, he's behind him. The defender can't do nothing.
Right.
And that was a great daggone throw.
Exactly.
That was a dime and a half. Would that be 15 cents?
Second down, Chris is going to scrabble with the block from Randy. He's going to throw the Leak in the gap. The pass is blocked away by Henry and West. Rascals can't move the ball any further. They're going to have to punt. They look tired. They look tired on the first drive already. They look unsure of themselves if you see these plays. And if you see this play right here, the way the ball is thrown to Leak, the ball is easily knocked out. He can't even hold the ball. He can't even complete the possession of the catch. It doesn't look like they had any fire, any energy. And I think that first punch in the mouth by TFL Elites on that first possession on first down really took a lot of air out their sails, Ghost.
And one thing you got to understand, and you're right about that, and I think that was the point of them taking that shot early because it breaks their morale. It breaks the other team's morale. Now they have to play catch up throughout the rest of the game. And that's something that, as a young team, forced to keep up it's not going to end well for a team that's already exhausted. And if you look here, this ball was thrown behind Leak. He had to reach behind himself to get the ball. And that gives the defenders, which was Weston Henry, the opportunity to knock the ball down. That could have been a big play, but it wasn't thrown well enough for Leak to pull the ball in. And because of that, that led to incomplete pass and ultimately the punt.
Yeah, and I would say it was more of a bad throw
Yeah.
than him being tired.
Yeah.
Because, and then you got two defenders there. You know what I'm saying? Two good defenders. You know, and they made a great play.
And I think, let me reiterate that more of Chris being tired, because this pass did not have any umph on it. One thing about Chris is he's accurate. It's not an accurate throw at all. And
He
it's
had
a
3
dangerous
games.
throw.
We're talking about he played 3 games in one day.
Right, so we can understand it, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, in this football world, no one cares. Henry gets the ball back. On first down, he's going to try to make this throw here. The pass is high, picked off by Meek, giving Little Rascals the ball back. This is a bad throw by Henry. I know Meek is yelling, you only get one shot. That is a bad throw. Henry overthrew this pass. He was supposed to be more underneath on the throw when he went up top, and this is again, first down. Henry's trying to make big plays. So my thing is your coaching staff that got to kind of bring the line back in, draw the line back in, because Henry's playing a little too fiery. He's trying to end this game in one throw. And you see here, this is not a great throw. It gets picked off, and this is exactly what Little Rascals need. Great pick by Meek, Luke.
Yeah, and like you said, he's trying to stick the dagger in them real quick. Suck all the energy out of him. Hey, yo. But one thing we've seen Henry run it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which that's going to be a big part of this game as we go along.
All right, first down, Chris throws the ZB on the sideline. Picked off by Junito, giving the ball right back to the TFL Elites. If you look here, Chris is only looking at it on one side. That is a horrible throw. And if you can see it from ghost view, and you can also see it from the drone, this pass is supposed to be a little over Junito Moore. This is badly underthrown.
Yeah.
Badly underthrown. And I don't even think that was a safe throw. But Chris, who already made a bad pass going to his left, tries to now come back to his right. And that is not a good throw at all, Ghost. And what happens is the momentum that the Little Rascals just took, he gave right back to TFL, which is, it seems like right now, the TFL Elites have control of the park. And now it's more like Little Rascals on the road.
And I'm going to say 2 things. First of all, yes, that was a terrible throw by Chris. The thing about him that is Junito was there in the whole play. He was there that whole time. So the fact that you're telegraphing you looking on one side of the field shows that you are going to this side of the field. So that gives the defenders an incentive to step up and be prepared for the ball to be thrown in your vicinity. Junito didn't go nowhere. He was just ready for it, and he just snagged that pass. So that was just good defense right there. And the second point is, going back to y'all talking about Henry taking shots or whatever, he had full confidence in his defense. So that's why he's willing to take risks, because he knows that this team is winded. This team is going to fall apart with the momentum as long as they keep ahead of the other team, and that's why he's willing to take risks. Because look at this play here. Their defense is able to recover. Junito was able to snag that interception and get the offense right back on the field. This is just calculated by the TFL Elites, and it's working in their favor.
One thing, I don't think it was great defense because he threw it right at him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But look, understand.
He was in the right spot. He was in the right spot.
And that's what I'm saying. You got to give him credit for knowing and anticipating being.
Me and Jay could have caught that.
Y'all would have dropped that. I'm sorry.
All right, first down, Henry with blocker from B. Dot runs in the middle, cutting on the side for a nice gain and a first down. Terrible angles. You know, now listen, no disrespect to Henry. He's a new quarterback. He's coming up. Henry's a runner that can throw the football, not the other way around. He's not a thrower that can run. He's not that yet, but he's a runner that can throw the football. Your strategy was, we have to stop the running game. And the other 2 things he has, Lou and Ghost, he has B. Dot and he has Tim, 2 of the best blockers in the league. So the only way to stop this running game, you have to leave a spy. You have to leave a spy who's there just to help. Tiki got to know that. I don't care how tired you are. You have to box Henry in. And if you look, Henry shows habits of when he's going to run. The way he holds the ball, you can see he's not going to throw. You can tell this is a play to send everybody down the field and run and go. It's a great run by Henry here.
And you got to understand, all of that is true in terms of him having good blockers, knowing him anticipating the run. But you got to also understand he's probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest guy on the field.
Yeah.
So you got to add that into the general equation. How do you stop this man if you don't box him in and force him to be in the pocket and make those throws? As long as you give him the opportunity to run in the gaps, he is going to take off. And that's exactly what we saw. We're going to get into that more, but this is the start of it right here. And this shows that he's able to do that anytime he wanted.
But y'all both make good points. The thing is that if you leave somebody, they have enough good receivers that any of them can go for a touchdown. The thing is, can you contain Henry?
True. Well, you're going to see here, Henry throws a slutty in the gap for a decent gain, getting to the 5-yard line. So you got West that can go downfield. You got Henry who can run when he has two of the best blockers in the league. And then when you do box him in and you do take away over the top, Slutty's going to kill you over the middle. So it's just so much firepower on this team. Slutty with a good catch here. Second and goal. Henry with blocker from B-Dot. Throws to Grunk open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 13-0. Little Rascals. I'm sorry, 13. Let me say it again. 13-0 TFL Leagues. Excuse me. You know, look at this play. Who is Meek and Nice guarding? They're guarding no one. They're guarding the field. They're guarding Henry. But you know in the end zone, you got to look for Grunk. He's a big target. He's not a big type jumper. It's like he's jumping out. But he's so tall with long reach. You got to count for him. And if you look, Meek and Nines are passing him off to nobody. He's wide open. Yeah. And all Henry does is make one of the worst jump throws I've ever seen in my career. But it gets there, it gets right over Nines' head for 6. What are we doing? This is not tired. This is discipline, which they have none, guys.
Well, here's the thing. What was Meek doing? Looking at the quarterback. Like you said, he's worried about Henry running.
Yeah.
So they're staring at Henry. And then Chris, a.k.a. Stink, because he's the shite. That's what he told me his name is now. That's his new name, Stink. But yeah, he can't jump. He couldn't jump on a sidewalk. But he's tall enough with a long enough reach and that big body. Who's gonna knock the ball away from him? He was in the right place at the right time. Nobody was near him.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, 13-0. First down, Chris throws and Nines cutting in the gap for a decent game. After getting the first down, Chris throws and Meek on the sideline. That's going to be dropped. Second down, Chris throws and Meek again on the sideline, bobbled and dropped. Now, what about this play, Lou Ghost? A lot of people thought that this should have been a catch. This is a huge play going to the sideline. If you look, as he's going down, he has to survive the ground because he's falling to the ground. And if you see as he transfers the ball, that ball is bobbled. Yeah. And then he hits the ground, the ball comes out.
Right. Yeah.
He has to complete that catch. There was no contact, but you got to survive the fall. He doesn't. What's your thoughts on that play?
As soon as the ball wasn't secure, that was a good call. That's a no-brainer. You have to have the ball secure in your hand when you go down. And the thing about it is, Meek missed 2 big plays here. This is a big drive that they needed to really get the momentum back. And Meek, both of these plays were to him, and he was able to secure the ball. That's unfortunate because this is a play that could have changed the game for this team.
And I thought he was out of bounds. That's what I thought they called. I didn't even notice that it was a bobble until just now. Mm-hmm. And you got to know where you're at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How close are you to the sideline? Maybe a better throw gets him there. But yeah, two back-to-back drops. It's not surprising with me, sadly.
Yeah, he's known to drop passes here and there. The Rascals can't get any further, and they'll have to punt with 1 minute left in the half. First down, Henry with blocker from Dot runs in the gap for a decent gain. They're not stopping Henry's run game. After getting the first down, Henry throws deep to Slutty, cutting in the end zone, knocked away by Meek. Last play of the half, with blocker from P-Dot. Henry throws it up to Gronk, who makes the catch over Nas in the end zone for the touchdown. Slutty gets the 2-point conversion, 20-0. Look at this play, y'all. Meek is their main guy on the defense. On this play, you gotta look for who? Gronk. It's a jump ball. Meek doesn't even get there to jump and knock the ball down.
No.
This is the plays they need him to make. And this is a terrible touchdown. Meek was not on his game. I'm sorry. I'm going to give him a pass because he's playing both sides of the ball. He's playing against a superstar team. But he has to find a way to make this play because he doesn't even get a jump goes to even deflect this pass. And that's a touchdown going into the half by the TFL Elites.
And then you also got to notice, they're attacking him on defense. They're attacking him specifically. From the very first play, they went right towards Meek's area. So understand that they are trying to stretch the field. They're trying to have him run everywhere. They're trying to tire him out to the point where later on in the game, he's not going to be able to be there to make the plays he needs to. And it may have started on this one with the Gronk play here. This was not supposed to be a touchdown. But the fact that they're stretching the field so much with the way Henry's throwing and them worrying about him running, it leaves opening gaps for Gronk and other guys to make big plays. And this right here was a play they couldn't afford to give away to the half, but unfortunately that's exactly what they did.
And you know, on that play, Randy got hands on Henry, and it was this close to being a sack.
Yep.
It looked like he didn't get his left hand on him as he was throwing.
Right.
But how big is Dose?
Huh?
How big is Dose? Dose is like about Chris's height.
Yeah.
Right.
That defense.
Yeah.
How you let the half white boy moss you like that, bro? Come on.
Listen, I know one thing. I know Danny's a first-time coach. You got to give him props because, first of all, it's tough to put a team together like this with all these emotions and attitudes.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Slutty doesn't have the best attitude in football.
Right.
Tanner doesn't have the best attitude. We know Henry don't have the best attitude. And to keep these guys together and attacking is great. And the simple fact that they went after Meek, that was the game plan.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. They left Meek alone and they went after Meek. And when they wasn't attacking Meek, they ran the ball. And the angles these guys are taking is terrible.
Yeah.
This was a strategy. You're not going to sit down and say completely the Little Rascals being tired hurt them. That's a lot of it. But a lot of it is discipline.
Yeah.
A lot of it is field intelligence. And they're not showing a good job. I got to put that on Tiki. I don't care if it's prime time. I don't care if it's Little Rascals. I don't care if it's Bible study. I don't care if it's Congress. You got to find a way to adjust because they're going after your safety. And Meek is their best defender. So if your best defender is giving up plays, now you're in trouble. And Chris on offense, he's just not looking like himself. You know what surprised me? No running. They didn't run the ball.
Right.
Usually we see them run the ball to take pressure off their quarterback. No running in the first half. They look terrible. They look unorganized. And this team looks like a team on the ropes ready to get knocked out.
And you know what it is? They don't look like a team that went undefeated.
Yeah.
Because obviously they must have met during the season, right?
And before we go back to the second half, first of all, Ghost, you look like you want to say something. Go ahead.
I'm just stuck that you brought up anything about Tiki and Congress. Like, how, where did that come from? Are you hinting at something? Maybe the winnings that he got from the other championship game, he's going to use to, make a run. I don't know. So that was just so random out of nowhere. Just threw out Congress out of nowhere. That's what had me laughing just now.
Okay, you know what's the key real quick before we jump into the second half? Look at this, Lou, and look at this, Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the TFL Elite huddle.
Yeah.
They're up 20-0. You see how they hype, ready to keep going? Look at Little Rascals huddle. Look what Tiki bringing the troops, right? You see this, right?
Yeah.
But then look on the sideline. Ain't that a bunch of guys sitting on the sideline?
Yeah.
Is this two teams? If we win together, we lose together, and we get our behind smacked together. We get smoked together.
Mm-hmm.
These look like two separate teams. They're over there frustrated, yelling, arguing, mad, while the other group of guys are trying. This shows no unity here.
And,
So yes, maybe they let off all their shots and now they're shooting blanks, but it doesn't look good right now. And this is what the blowout happened.
and just real quick before we get to the second half, in the other huddle, when it comes to the TFL elites, as stacked as they are, as much as they have so many egos and all of that, I respect what Slade said in the huddle.
There you go. You beat me to it.
He said, you know, yeah, we spanked them in the first half, but they could do the same thing in the second. So we got to buckle down and stay focused. And that shows he respects them enough that they can make things happen if they give them the opportunity to. So that's one thing I respect them for, because you respect the other team you're playing and you don't play down to their level. You keep the tempo going. You do not step down on the throttle, and you keep your team focused. So I respect that, and that's just the tale of two huddles right there. The other team, they are not together. They're not united. Everybody's going their own way. They're showing exhaustion. Nobody's really in sync. And then the other team fully focused, and that's kind of defined the outcome of this game.
And good point, Mike. Because Ghost. Because I have it in my notes about Kevin with a veteran. That was a veteran move, letting them know it's not over. You know what I'm saying? You still got another half.
And what some people don't know, we didn't talk about the first half, is they have Ty also on this coaching staff who's coaching the Rockstars. So he's telling the guys he wants to keep attacking. He's not trying to play with the clock, and he wants to attack and keep putting points up. Because I heard him telling Danny, we're not worried about the clock. We're trying to score. So shout to him to say, you know what? We've been in these situations where teams come back. Slutty was a veteran who's been in these situations where teams come back. They want to keep pouring on points. And that's all Henry needs to hear, because you know he's trying to score 100. We'll jump into the second half. First down, Chris with a hand up to Corliss, who runs in the gap for a decent gain. That's a good idea, but not when you're down 20 to nothing.
Exactly.
We needed that in the first half. Funny how you do it now when you should have did it in the first half. At the beginning of the first down, Chris throws a ZB open on the sideline, who runs for a nice gain, getting him to the 10-yard line. TFL, if you look at it, taking the foot off the pedal. And ZB should have been involved in the offense from a long time ago. I think he's a very underrated player. Meek didn't have it. You got to go to ZB, and they find him in this half. Third and goal, Chris with blocker from Randy finds ZB open in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. They get sacked on the extra point. 20-6. Rascals finally get the score. Randy gave Chris time. Great blocking by Randy. Randy's going to give you everything he got. And he plays the giver, which is like you can't get more tired than that. The guys didn't show the same. We're not going to allow them to use the excuse of fatigue, because had they won this game, no one would have been talking about that, Lou. At least they get in the scoreboard 20-6.
Absolutely, you're right. And you had at least an hour and change to recuperate, go get some Gatorade, you know, whatever else you need to get to be ready. But yeah, a little too late. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, that's bad coaching to me. Why are you running the ball? Second half, you're down 3 scores.
Yeah,
score quick. You don't have that much time. But and like you said about ZB is a good player, like you said, a rated player who could catch.
Yep.
You know, and a little late.
After getting the first down, Henry on 4 rush runs in the gap, past Nas, getting all the way into the end zone. Into the red zone, I'm sorry. But West is flagged for holding 10 yards from the spot. Great call. Yeah. He helped. And you're going to see, he was like, oh, hi, oh, you helped.
Yeah.
And I was standing right there.
Blair is there. You see it.
He helped. And you know what kills me? When the players get caught, they be like, yo, what? You held him. I thought you was going to take him on a date. That's how much you was holding him. Like, what's going on? You are too much of a physical specimen to have to hold. If he pushes him on the inside, and then he held him to the ground. Henry runs easy. This is a little too much contact. I think this is a great call. They're going to move the ball back. Second down, Henry on 5 rush. With the run here, getting him to the 5-yard line. Let me ask you a question, Lou. You put in a guy, right? Who, and I'm sorry we don't remember the gentleman's name. I know he plays in Casino. He's a good offensive player. I don't think given is what he does. You take out Randy now to put Randy in the secondary to have this guy run. And you know what it looked like? You know when you're playing tag with your little kids and you just give them a quick move and you start laughing? Henry was laughing saying, I'm out, as he took the corner.
Yeah.
This is horrible stuff. You was better off asking Warren to step in the field and play ball giver to try to tag Henry than making this up here. You might as well. Matter of fact, Reggie.
Whoa.
You could put Reggie, who's a statue, to give the ball in, and he would have taken a better angle than this.
Now, I'm going to be honest. To be fair, it would have been the same outcome anyway.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we know that.
But it would have looked a little better.
Yeah.
This looked horrible.
Yeah.
That is
All right.
hilarious.
4th and goal. Henry finds Haas open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. West gets the extra point. 27-6. Now it's a laugher because now they have Haas making catches. Very good player. He's on this roster too. What is the salary cap?
For real.
They gotta be over the cap.
Well,
Come on, Lou.
you know, it's crazy because I forgot his name. I have him down as Timmy because he reminds me of Timmy. But he was wide open, bro.
Yeah.
They gave up. That was it. It's over. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what it is? They weren't communicating. If you look,
Yes.
they stood in the front of the
whole
end
game.
zone. Nobody looked at the back. So all Haas did was just put his hands up and went to the back. Simple, stole to the back, wide open. That wasn't even a hard pass. Any one of us could have thrown that pass as wide open as Haas was. And this is just the defense, like you said, looking like they're just dying out there.
First down, Chris throws to ZB, cutting in the middle for a nice game, picking up the first down. If you look here, ZB beat B-Roy in the gap. Yes, ZB's a good offensive player, little too late. Little too late. You know what I'm saying? We talked about how underrated of a play he is. They should have found him the ball in space earlier. He's doing his best, but it's a little too late. Chris with the throw here, getting him to the 10-yard line. 3rd and goal. Chris throws the ZB in the front end zone. The pass is blocked by Timmy. 4th and goal. Chris finds Leak open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Meek gets the extra point. 27-13, but who cares?
You know what's crazy though?
Who
That
cares?
Leak was open 2 plays in a row. The
Yeah.
one before that in the same spot.
Lou, at the same time, my mom was home on the couch wide open also. Doesn't matter.
Hey, yo.
She was open in the couch,
Whoa.
waiting to come in to she was open to catch the pass.
that don't sound
Don't
right.
tell me who's open now. It don't matter. Okay? Okay? It don't matter now. It doesn't matter, Lou. You can't tell me about the guys open now. TFL don't care.
Okay,
They weren't
I'm
about
glad.
celebrating.
Listen, I'm glad you kind of cleaned that up in the end because I was wondering where you were going with that analogy there. Remember, that's my mama too, man. Like, I'm like, what are you about to say here? Like, I was so confused.
Oh my
So I'm
goodness.
glad you kind of cleaned that up there because I was so confused at the beginning.
I'm telling
You know,
on
listen, y'all guys gotta know what type of show we on. I'm disappointed in both of y'all guys, gentlemen. I think y'all will be hearing from the Real Tough Talk, the upper management. And y'all thinking that everybody knew I meant as a
Oh,
receiver,
my
not the way y'all guys do. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
Listen, I didn't say I thought anything. I was wondering what you were trying to say.
27-13, and we're having more fun right now than Little Rascals did.
Yeah, for real.
First down, Henry with blocker from Timmy, runs in the gap for a big game, picking up the first down. If you look here, Kyle rushes in with Randy and gives Henry the outside to run. Like, what are you doing? Okay, let me
I wanna
explain
go
something
home.
to you guys. It's called angles, you know? You learned it when you took math. You're supposed to you can take angles, you know, Ghost is a mathematician. I'm not. You know, you can say angles based on math. You can say angles based on when you go camping and they teach you about different angles that you gotta go, you know, for whatever you want to look for. When you're looking for something, at the end of the day, the key is to stop Henry from running. That's the key, no matter what. What you're doing is called the opposite. That's not stopping Henry from running. You're giving him nothing but green to run. So if you're gonna do that, you might as well just lay down in the field and say Henry just run an end zone. Because that's
Well,
what you
but
the
then
angle you
again,
took was
I mean,
worse.
the game is not over yet. So,
Are you serious?
well, we'll
Okay.
see.
Right.
Listen to what you just said.
Right.
So,
So what we gonna do? Henry will block it from Crunk, runs in the gap on the sideline, all the way into the end zone for the touchdown, ending the game 33-13.
So everything you just said happened. They allowed this to happen. They were ready to go home, man. It was over.
They wanted to celebrate the earlier championship.
Henry beat this team by himself.
Yep.
This is listen. When he didn't have to throw, he ran, and y'all couldn't. This has nothing to do with being tired. It has to do with being disciplined. Henry's not a kind of runner that has quick moves to shake you. He's going to run right by you. He's not a Shannon that has a quick step and has these great crazy moves, or Joel from Don't Sleep that shakes you like. That's not his game. He's going to use pure speed and run right by you. That's what he's doing. And the fact that it was supposed to be, you know what, Henry, you're not beating me with your legs. You're going to throw the football.
Yeah.
They made Henry more of a runner. I just don't get it. It makes no sense. Don't get me tired. If you was going to come and scream tired, you should have forfeited the game in the second half. You shouldn't even have came out. At the end of the day, I'll break this down. We're going to end the game 33-13. We're going to have interviews with both teams, and then we'll be back.
Stephen J here with Slutty and Tim of the TFL Elites, and my man Tanner here. Hello! Let me ask y'all a question. You got Dot here. What did it take to get this team together? So many personality, so many stars. How was y'all able to come through and get the ultimate goal?
It really wasn't hard. Like, it just, we had to put our egos to the side. We was here for one goal. We all said we was gonna play with TFL Elite for one exact reason. We all played with each other before, so we knew coming together it wasn't gonna be hard. We just had to get it together with our first year quarterback Henry, and we pulled it off.
Tanner, as far as the defense, y'all kind of cut Chris in the first half. He only scored 2 touchdowns in the second half. When I look at his numbers in the first half, you had him 0 for 3, and he threw a pick. What was the mindset going in to make him uncomfortable?
Honestly, that's probably the first time I called one defense the whole game, literally. I'm not going to say what it is, for a reason, but we still one way. And it showed, you know what I'm saying? It showed everybody played a part, from the middle to the safety to me at the corners, Junito, down to Giver. So, and plus with Timmy at Giver, y'all see what he did today to Randy. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, another one here.
Speaking of you, Timmy, what was the thought process coming and neutralize Randy? He's one of the best givers of the game. He's like an energizer bunny. What was your strategy coming up going against him?
I've been was doing it. It's the same old song. It wasn't like it was new. It wasn't nothing new. It was just straight contain him. And no matter what, whenever you're comfortable to use your legs, use your legs.
Gronk, 2 touchdown pass catches, extra point. Everybody killed you for that one drop. You seemed focused and you came away looking like the one Gronk that we all know and love. What was the mindset coming into this championship game?
Can't forget what happens, bro. You just got to move on and make a play. If you're not a dog, you're not going to be able to make a play.
Tell me about that touchdown catch in the pass in the back of the end zone, the throw by Henry. What was it? Was that a play call? Did you know it was coming to you? What was the play call?
Nah, the play was for West. We ran 2 deep out routes. West was supposed to hit the bank. But we said before that they might leave me. So if they let me, just throw that bitch up. Let me go get it. I told them I want to dunk on somebody, bro. I'm here. That's a redemption. Because they was talking all that shit regular season, right? Then you come back and you do it when it's for real and it's money time, right? What they gonna say now? Right? What they gonna say now?
Doc, a lot of people on this team, you won Block of the Year. So you won Block of the Year in UFL and granted up and won Block of the Year here. You don't get talked about enough, but you stay humble. What did you prove to the league in general winning another Block of the Year in the same year?
Different league, same outcome. I'm really him.
Yes.
You gotta really come through this wall.
Yes.
This padlock,
Yes.
chained up,
Yes.
the doors is closed.
Yes.
What is it like blocking for a quarterback like Henry?
Beautiful. Because once I throw you to the side, it's over. All field. All field. Come on, we out. All field.
We're going to take Dot, the rest of the TFL Elites. 33-12, wasn't even close. My man got another Block of the Year, so what can you say now? Shout out to my man. Appreciate you. Stephen J here with Chris of the Little Rascals. They came away with a loss, 33-12. 3 games in one day, bro. 3 games in one day. You threw 3 games. Did that impact this game?
Henry, good game, Henry. Nah, it didn't impact the game. That's on us. We came out lazy. That's on us. We gotta win.
You can say that, and you're supposed to say that, but it was tough. It was tough. What was the mindset going up against Henry? Henry seemed to get a lot of angles on the running play. Y'all wanted to neutralize run, but it looked like he ran all day. What was the problem with y'all defense taking certain angles?
I mean, I can't speak on defense. I play offense. I let defense do what they got. That's not got nothing to do with me.
All right, so you went in the first half, you went 0 for 3. You got hot in the second half, going 2 for 2. But what caused you to go 0 for 3 in the first half?
That's just me. Inconsistency. I got to be more consistent. That's really it. I have to be more consistent.
Last question. A lot of people say this TFL, y'all known that they say this is y'all league. Y'all prime time.
It is.
And then TFL comes and win the championship when y'all thought to stop them. Did y'all let Brooklyn down?
Nah, we ain't let Brooklyn down at all. I don't think we let Brooklyn down at all. We just went up top and took some money. We ain't let Brooklyn down at all.
Shout to Chris. Thank you for the time. We appreciate him. We know what really happened, but we're going to let him say he not going to put it there. 3 games in 1 day is tough for anybody. Shout to Chris. No excuses. They're going to keep growing. We see him soon. Chris, thank you. Stephen J here with Tiki. He was here playing, coaching, helping coach Little Rascals. Y'all had 2 games in UBT, Uptown, won that. Come here. Was 3 games a little too much?
For some of our players probably, but that's not the reason why we lost. They just let their emotions get to them. That's what happened. TFL at least played good defense. We had 1 interception that was caused us key drops, but we still was in the game. We just mentally. That's the growing pains they got to go through. Primetime won their first chip undefeated today. I don't know if they got undefeated chip, but it's hard to go undefeated. They was there, they be back. We'll be back.
They put up 33 points. Henry had 4 touchdown passes and ran for another. Why was y'all not able to neutralize him?
I guess fatigue, because we knew what the game plan was. We knew exactly what to do. Let him throw deep. I don't know how he got the first one off, but our linebackers coming down, cramping or whatever. Like I said, I don't want to use. They beat us. He just outplayed us today. Plain and simple, he outplayed us.
This is, I like to say, prime time, aka Rascals Park. We like to say that. Did I seem like y'all was on the road today in y'all home field?
I won't say the road. I say it was emotional. The game was emotional. From up there, it was emotional. They was getting into it with him, and he had nothing to do with the game. They've been like that for weeks, so we came to the park with the wrong emotion. No excuses, we came to the park with the wrong emotion. I tried to change it around. We got into a little rhythm. Key plays, we just lost. They was the better team. We just lost. They came to Brooklyn, we just lost. Plain and simple.
We're going to thank Tiki for being with us, the Little Rascals. He's helping out by talking. They didn't want to talk. We understand a lot of emotion. We want to thank you for the time. Appreciate you, bro.
We family. We lost. I take the hit as a team, but we just want to chip, and we got another one next week, so we good.
Right.
We good. And then y'all league is next. I just want y'all to know, y'all league is next.
We're going to thank Tiki for being here, man. Appreciate you. Tiki, thanks for the Stephen J here with owner and head coach of the TFL Elites, Danny. Danny, Tim keeps saying this is a TFL stick-up. What was that the mindset coming into this season?
Coming up into the season, the regular season was about vibing, getting used to each other. We didn't care if we won or lost, just getting used to each other. So when it came down to the playoff time, everybody was on the same page. Regular season was rough. We went 3-3. Who was here, who was not here? But come playoffs, we had meetings, we watched film, and we got together, and it all worked out.
Be honest. Did this team playing 3 games today kind of hurt them?
Hurt them big time. Definitely hurt them. They were exhausted. You could tell. Chris throwing 3 games, that's a lot of games for a quarterback. We all know. It doesn't matter if it's Chuck. 3 games, your arm strength. He doesn't have a big arm. He looks for the short game. So by the time his 3rd game came, he was exhausted. It's not they played 3 regular season games. Playoff, chip, and championship. So definitely hurt them a little bit.
I know at the beginning of the season, when you put the team together, you said you wanted to do this for Pam.
Of course.
So now that you got it done, and the fashion that you got it done in, what is the emotions you're feeling right now?
Feels great. Winning for him. Put a team together that he would put together something like that with some of his guys. The core was his guys, and it just feels great to get a win. You know, I've been around this shit 25 years. We started as refs, commissioner, now coach. Like I said, I did it all. You know what I mean?
A lot of people talk about Henry. You say you'll have him control. He was pretty much controlled this game. Got into it at the end, which we're not going to really get into that. 4 touchdown passes. He ran another one in. How did you know that Henry was the guy to be your quarterback this season?
Honestly, it was a meeting before the season. It was me, Henry, and Gucci. We sat down. We talked about putting the team in. And Henry came to us and said, listen, let me be that guy. I want a quarterback. I want to do this. I got you. He said, you saw me with UTF. It was a little trial run. You know I could run. You know I could throw. Just build a team for me, and we're going to get it done. And we took some of his guys, you know, Wes, who he's used to, you know, Timmy, who he's used to, added Tanner, veteran, added Slutty, veteran, and it all gelled. But everybody thinks we're filled with superstars. No, we got a lot of role players. Guy Rubin only played special teams, but guess what? He made 4 tags on special teams. Everybody played a part in winning this championship.
All right, we're going to thank Danny, TFL Elites, 33-12, blowout win.
Appreciate it, Jen.
They got what they needed, and they did it. Appreciate you. Thank you, brother. All right. Where's Hemrock? Stephen J here with Henry, quarterback at TFL Elites. All I heard this season was, he's not a quarterback. He's not a quarterback. He's not a quarterback. 4 touchdowns, another one you ran in. You scored on every possession. Why teams keep thinking that you're not a quarterback?
Because they never see me play quarterback, and they don't believe in me, but I believe in myself, and my teammates believe in me. At the end of the day, you see what we holding up, so that's all I got to say.
You seem to be calm and collected this game, but you attacked them early going downfield. A lot of people wanted to get the pace and going. You went home run first play. What was the mindset going into that, attacking them so early?
I called West Monday. I said, yo, you're going to set the tone. That's how you got to play in championship games. You got to set the tone. Don't be conservative and just take the top off. That's it.
What was it like playing with this team? So many all-stars, so many personalities, but y'all look like one team. What was it like? First year!
It was good. All my brothers came out for me. I hit them up.
MVP!
They said, you playing quarterback? I said, yeah. They said, I believe in you. Let's go.
We're going to thank Henry. What else do he got to prove? Like 4 touchdowns. He ran another one in. Blowout 33-12.
All the haters, keep hating.
Yeah, that's all we can say. We'll end it like that.
I gotta say.
Appreciate you, bro. He did prove he's the best player in football. I mean, you got to give it to him. Love him, hate him, call him the villain. He's a champ again, and he's the best player in football. Nothing else we can say.
Appreciate you.
See y'all soon. Henry. All right. Shout to all those guys. Thanks for the time. Chris made no excuses. Even though he was tired, he made no excuses, nothing like that. Shout to them. What's your thoughts real quick before I break this game down? I'll break it down real quick. What's your thoughts?
Well, like you said, it was bad. It was bad defense, man. They didn't really have a game plan. It seems like, you know what I'm saying. And again, this is the first BQFL game I've been to. I would assume if you went undefeated, you played them already. You know what I'm saying? And you should know what to expect. Because you think Henry just started running? Every other game, he just, just sat in the pocket and threw? No. No, we want answers, Tiki.
Now, I'm going to say this. Y'all said, Lou, you said that defense kind of stunk it up, whatever. I agree, but I think the offense has to get some of the blame too. I think just as much, if not more. Because if you look at this team is built to score. I'm talking about TFL elites. They're built to score. You got to find a way into the end zone early as well. You got to respond. And that's the thing that they did not do in the first half. When they were when they gave up points, they were supposed to respond right back. They didn't. They struggled the whole first half. And once that happened, that was the game right there. You know their defense is going to struggle. The thing about it is your offense has to respond and give the defense something to play for. Because if the game is out of reach, what's the point of playing defense? You get what I'm saying? So the offense had to find a way to strike back early, and they did it. And I think that's kind of why the game kind of went away from them early. By the second half, you already saw some of them giving up, as you pointed out, Jay. So at that point, I got to put it on the offense. They're the ones who killed the game for that team early.
All right, I'll wrap it up real quick. First of all, I'm going to get on the Little Rascals. First of all, let me explain something to you. TFL at least put up points last week. It was a shootout last week. You knew they was going to put up points the same way Ghost just said. You knew you was either going to have to slow the game down and not get into a shootout, or you was going to need to match them because your defense wasn't going to be the same, especially without Enrique.
Yep.
They went 0 for 3 in the first half and punted twice and threw a pick. So 0 for 3 in the first half, punted twice and threw a pick. That's not it.
That's a loss. Yep.
While your defense allowed TFL Elites to go 3 for 4 in the first half. They threw a bomb to West, which was a huge play. They threw a touchdown to Grunk, who was wide open, and then they threw another jump ball to Grunk. And the only reason they threw the pick was because Henry missed the pass. First half, this game was kind of done. Tiki's supposed to tell his guys, run the ball in the first half to take the momentum away from the game, especially when you have first down.
Yeah.
They didn't. You couldn't shoot out with this team. They're too stacked. In the second half, you got ZB the ball. Well, that same ZB was on the field the first half. He was there. Why you waiting to the second half to get the ball? Why you come out the first play and recall us with the run? We should have did that in the first half.
I mean, to be honest, they did try to go to him, and that's how Junito got the interception.
Yeah, you mean on a terrible play.
Yeah.
I don't need him on the sideline running a post play. I need him over the middle.
Yeah.
Because that's where he's more dangerous.
Underthrown ball at that.
Yeah, that was a terrible throw. So that had nothing to do with him. That had to do with a bad throw. Where Chris just looked and said, I think I could get it at the last moment. You can see Chris, who can run the ball, did not look to run at all.
No.
At all. You had a lot of people you should have been able to attack and you didn't. That's what hurt you. And at the end of the day, you allowed the TFL elites to turn the park against you. You know what I mean? You lost the home field advantage. This supposed to be Brooklyn. Wasn't y'all guys just screaming Brooklyn in Avalos League, in Untouchable G's? What happened to that Brooklyn? Yo, Tiki. Brooklyn. Remember that? Brooklyn. Where was that in Brooklyn? I didn't see that in Brooklyn. So y'all guys got to look at yourself. I don't give a heck about the fact that y'all played 2 games. You knew that when you joined the leagues. You should have known this is a possibility. Yeah, I understand. The Storm put us behind. The Storm put everybody behind. So at the end of the day, I don't kill y'all for the loss. I kill y'all for the lack of discipline and the lack of effort. And once you knew in the second half you didn't have it, then forfeit the game. Because you embarrassed yourself. On the other side, the TFL elites, Danny did a great job. I was told that Danny put this roster together. Great team. Great team. No egos. We saw that in the huddle. We saw that as they talked. I love the fact that Henry played in control. He brought the same energy, but he brought in control because he's expected to do more at the quarterback. You can't afford to get flags or be ejected as the quarterback. He showed he's capable of doing it. I still think he's a runner that can throw the football, and he needs to turn it to a thrower that can run the football, but it's early in his career.
Right.
We're not going to start a parade because the fact that this team was stacked, and they played a team that played 3 games. So I seen them posting stuff. Shout, a chip is a chip. But you got to be a little humble. Talking about taking over the world, talking about doing this, talking about doing that. And it's the people saying it. Henry can say it because we seen him win Street Bowl by himself. Henry can say it. We seen him get drafted to PME and help carry them win the chip. We seen Henry win a league MVP. We've seen Henry win a championship MVP. You know what the thing is about that I'm saying about Danny and them guys? It's easy to talk when you have the best player on football on your team.
When you got players
and then you
that
got
are very
probably
good.
another the second best in West.
Yeah.
You got one of the top offensive players in Slutty. You have one of the smartest defenders in the game in Tanner. You've been gifted an all-star team. We didn't talk about Haas. We didn't talk about Gronk. We didn't talk about B-Dot, who won Block of the Year in this league as he won it in UFL League.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Timmy,
yeah.
Put Henry on UTF and see how far they get.
Right. So listen, at the end of the day, I respect it. But respect the game. Because you guys are already sitting down talking about taking over the world. And all you did was dodge a loss last week off of a drop that you could have been home and beat a team that played 3 games. I'm not taking away from their title.
Right.
I'm taking away from their celebration and
The pride
exactly.
and the lack. Yeah,
little too much. And we know what they say in the Bible about pride, Lou.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only issue.
Yeah.
Now, the last thing, the one person I ain't talk about was Gucci. I'm not taking no shots. I know I'm going to give him his respect because it was his idea to put this together. That came from top sources in the organization. It was his idea. Got you. My only issue with Gucci's thing was I wanted to know, what did he do with this team? Was he involved in the roster? Was he involved in the strategies that's going on? That's all I'm saying. I'm going to talk more about that when I go live, but that was my only issue. So basically, he's a fan.
Right. Without a
So
doubt.
you can't say we, because I like Boston Celtics. I'm a Boston Celtics fan. I say we, but I'm not posting that trophy holding it. That's my only issue. If he was a part of that, the structure of the team, the building of the roster, the strategy of what's going on, that's when you could say we, because you was involved in that. You can be a fan and look and say, listen, this is what I hope to see, and I'm happy for them. But when you start saying we, people want to know, what did you do to include yourself in the we? That's all I was saying. No shots. I'm going to give him his chance to talk. Hopefully before the show go up, you can see that. But that's all I wanted to say. We're going to wrap this one up. Shout out to BQFL for allowing us to do the game. Congratulations to the TFL Elites. Can't take nothing away from them. They're the BQFL champions. Shout out to the Little Rascals because they won 2 games in Untouchables League. Traveled uptown and did their best to try to even compete in this game. And I got to take the odds because they went undefeated on the road in Untouchables League. Got to give them their props for that. So shout to them. Shout to the little guys who gave an interview. And I'm going to wrap this up. So on behalf of Real Tough Talk, I'm Stephen J. Got my partner Lou. Got my partner Ghost. And we're going to see our guys next week. Well, we're going to see y'all soon as we break down the draft order, which is coming soon. We talk to y'all soon. Like I always tell y'all every show, keep God first. Everything else will work itself out. I'll talk to y'all later. We out.